So with every repulsion of this thought from his mind, the Sitra Achra is suppressed here below in this world. And since the arousal from below, in our case, the initiative of the Beinoni in suppressing the Sitra Achra produces a corresponding arousal above. The Sitra Achra above in the supernal worlds, which is, the Sitra Achra above is the root of the Sitra Achra that exists in this world. It soars like an eagle. And in this world, up in the above worlds, where the source of all the evil from this world is, by the Beinoni, by a person suppressing their animal soul traits and their Sitra Achra down below, they suppress. There's a midah keneged midah between the lower worlds and the higher worlds, that once you suppress the evil in this world, here in front of you, you in this moment when your immediate reaction you want to in your mind is, I just want to what's it called? What can I think of? I just want to snap, or I just want to disassociate and not be present in this moment. That's too painful, or and like do something else instead that's not holy, or I just want to indulge in this negative thinking because it's has such a hold on me. So when anytime, even for a small, minute second, when we do just suppress it in this world, in our own personal experience, then what it does in Shemaim is massive, because up in Shemaim, up in the higher heavens, where the source of whatever Sitra Achra we're experiencing now, which is like where all of our negative character traits can come from, right? Or the Yetzer Hara can come from, all of the not nice things come from, even all the evil that's going on in the world, chas v'shalom, like all of our enemies, that we're facing right now. So all evil that exists comes from this source, and by suppressing it even a little bit in our own Daled Amos, our own little, experience of the world, then it suppresses, Hashem up there suppresses the source above, which means there's going to be less evil down here. Okay, so how beyond amazing is this Torah? Wow. So since the arousal from below produces a corresponding arousal above, the Sitra Achra above which soars like an eagle, gets suppressed. Thus, realizing the verse, though you soar aloft like the eagle, I will yet bring you down from there, says Hashem. Indeed, the Zohar in Pashas Truma extols the divine satisfaction that occurs when the Sitra Achra is subdued here below. Oh, isn't this amazing? For thereby Hashem's glory rises above all, more than by any other praise. And this ascent is greater than all else, etc. More than we can, bring cover to Hashem through praising him and glorifying him and making it clear to everyone around us that Hashem is who I'm trying to bring glory to in this moment, that I'm eating for the sake of Hashem, and I'm doing this for the sake of all the mitzvahs that I'm doing for the sake of Hashem. Even more great than that Hashem experiences is from refraining from doing something in order to glorify Hashem. So when we refrain from expressing our negative character traits that want to come up, that is more dear to Hashem, and it brings more glory to Hashem than even a positive mitzvah, which is so powerful. So even more than telling someone with your mouth that Hashem is my king, or etc., etc. So this is really powerful, because obviously, like Shema Yisrael, Hashem is my one God. I only believe in one Hashem. That's a massive mitzvah, and that's like all throughout, that should be like the last words on a person's lips before they pass into the next one. Like, it's massive, right? And our whole goal and purpose is to reframe our avodas Hashem. I mean, our experience in this world towards avodas Hashem. So not self-serving, but God-serving. Not self-absorption, but God-absorption. So not self-glorifying, but God-glorifying, So that's so important. But even more than that, than the actions that we do, is the actions that we don't do, and the thoughts that we don't encourage, and the speech that we don't continue with. So all of this is even more powerful. Why? Because first of all, it's just beyond amazing, this Torah. So when we first of all, we have to understand how powerful this is. Hashem has given us, Hashem has given us life and death in our hands. Hashem has given us evil and good in our hands. Ever since Adam and Chava ate from the tree of Da'as, the world has been completely thrown into chaos because there is no more clarity. Like, clarity does not exist in this world without Torah. It just doesn't. Without the tree of life, everything is mixed. Good and evil are mixed together. And so you have both good and evil in like everything. That's why we're so confused. That's why when we're facing a difficulty, the hardest thing is the confusion. What is the right thing to do here? And the only way we find what's the right thing to do here is by eating from the tree of life. What is the tree of life? Is the Torah, and even deeper than the Torah, the secrets of the Torah. So what we're learning, Chassidus, this is the truth. This is the tree of life. Priyat Chaim. This is, all the secrets of the Torah. This is the key to how to deal with life, and how to unravel good from evil, to have clarity. So when we understand that Hashem has given us this power to create more and more evil in the world, or to create more and more good in the world, how amazing is that? Hashem totally gave us bechira chafshis, free choice. It's your free choice, what you're going to do here. And you should know what we just learned now. You should keep it in your mind. This was really helpful to me, especially when I was trying to keep myself holy, keep that mitzvah, to sanctify yourself and to refrain. You're not just refraining because you found for yourself your life is better through refraining. You're refraining because ultimately every single moment that you experience, like when you refrain from something, you're actually stomping on the evil source, the source of all negative up in the higher heavens, which means the experience of negativity in this world is much less than it was before. Just a little minute second less, right? So Hashem, because Hashem will not stomp on evil for us. He says, like, you're my co-creator. If you see an issue, bring that to the forefront of what you're going to work on and call me, bring me in. I want to do this with you. And when you call me in and we do it together, then that's what happens. So what I mean that Hashem says, call me and bring me in, is if you see that you're dealing with something that's very hard to get over, we've talked about this so many times, you do your hibadidus and you write down, Hashem, this is something I'm struggling with. This is a sitra achra, some evil that I'm really having difficulty with. So please help me overcome it, and please help me have the right way to deal with it, right? And so then Hashem will help us. He'll send all the forces needed, like all the malachim to help guide us, all the Torah right in front of us. We've said this so many times in our little Fabrangans, like Hashem gives us the exact right Torah that we need to hear in that moment, as an answer for what we've been struggling with and asking Hashem for help with, And all of this is how Hashem helps to strengthen us and give us a kochot to actually stomp on and refrain from sitra achra in this world. And only once we do it here in this world, then Hashem can actually do it in the higher world as well. So powerful. And if you think about it, all of the tzaddikim before us, and all of the Beinonim before us, and all of the normal everyday people like us before us, who have had moments of a Beinoni experience, like where they've stomped on and they've experienced they've refrained from their immediate urges, and they ultimately caused the sitra achra in heaven to be stomped on as well, has all throughout the years caused so much less sitra achra to exist even in our lowest world. Like, it's just beyond, and we can continue that. The more that we do it in our own life, we make it easier for even our loved ones who are here right in front of us now. We don't necessarily have to tell them what to do. We don't have to, talk to them about it, but just doing our own stuff, whatever it is, and it doesn't have to be specific it's just anything, anywhere that we're refraining from expressing our animal soul's desires and passions, then we are actually all together in the entire world making less of these sitra achra pressures for even our loved one right next to us. And they don't even know what we've done, but we've done massive world saving. We are the heroes. And Hashem really teaches us how to be, because we are his co-creators. So we really have to remember this. There's so much self-confidence boosting here, because we are super conductors for Hashem, for Hashem's light and fixing of the world. That's what we're doing here. We're fixing the world. How? By learning from the Priyat Chaim. So learning from Hashem's Seichel, the right way to do things, and we act out on that. We act on that, and we express that into the world. And the more that we do it, the easier it makes it for everybody else. And that's how we make a deal with Tachtonim for Hashem. So thus, it is the evil thoughts which enter the mind of the Beinoni, which actually enable the Beinoni to fulfill Hashem's commandment, his command to avert your attention from the evil thoughts and thereby subdue the sitra achra. This is so powerful. Wow. There's just no end to the amazement and the wonderment that we get from learning Torah. The amazement and wonderment at Hashem. And the amazing feel good and take off all the pressures and judgments from us. So here we're learning, if you experience the negative urges and the negative urges to go for your animal soul's unrefined character traits, right? Do not be disheartened. The fact that you are experiencing this means you are of a choice few who have been tasked, given the opportunity to lessen the sitra achra in this world. It's not something that a tzaddik has the ability to do in this way. A tzaddik doesn't have these thoughts and these urges, Baruch Hashem. He has a different, amazing, powerful avodah, but that's completely different to ours. And this is like what we were saying before, that the delicacy of a tzaddik, the service of a tzaddik is more like something sweet, completely sweet, like a dessert. There's nothing spicy or sour, and it's just completely sweet. There is no yetzer hara. There is nothing negative there, right? So that's an important avodah for Hashem, but only from a tzaddikim. It's not expected from someone else. For a Beinoni, it's more like I don't know, like a zesty or I don't know what it was. And then for a Rasha, someone who's not yet a Beinoni. So that's the level of maror, maybe bitter, or maybe it's the spicy, chili spicy. So we're all needed. We're so all needed, just like every single part of a human body is needed to continue whatever experience is going to happen. But we should remember that the service of the avodah of lessening, stomping on and stomping out the evil in this world, comes from us. It comes from people who are not yet a tzaddik, people who are a Beinoni, or who can have moments of a Beinoni, people who are not yet a Beinoni, but can have moments of a Beinoni by refraining from whatever the desire of the animal soul is at that moment. So therefore, we should not feel depressed or troubled at heart if we have these thoughts. You should be somewhat troubled by the occurrence of these thoughts. Otherwise, you may become indifferent to them and will stop waging war against them. But you should not be sorely troubled by them, even if he be engaged in all his days in this conflict with the thoughts which will always enter his mind. Though he may never rise to the level which precludes their occurrence, he should not be depressed. For perhaps this is what he was created for, and this is a service demanded of him, to subdue the Sitra Achra constantly. Concerning this, Yoav said to Hashem, you have created wicked men, as though it were preordained that one man be wicked and another righteous. In the first chapter, the Alter Rebbe pointed out that this is contradicted by the statement in the Gemara that before a child is born, Hashem decrees whether he shall be wise or foolish, strong or weak, and so on, but does not determine whether he will be righteous or wicked. This is left to one's own choice. The meaning of Yoav's statement becomes clear, however, in light of the discussion above. True, Hashem does not ordain whether man will act wickedly, but he does create wicked men, in the sense that their minds work like the mind of the Rasha, with evil thoughts constantly occurring to them. God created them in this way so that they will engage in battle, with these thoughts and thereby subjugate the Sitra Achra, as the Alter Rebbe now goes on to say. Okay, let's leave it there. Powerful Torah learning today. Thank you everyone for joining us and being here. Let us end off with a meditation, a quick little meditation to help everything that we learned really pump through us and have a real effect in our lives. So I'll invite everyone to get in a relaxed and open position. Get comfortable. Let your eyes gaze softly ahead of you or close them, whichever helps you visualize better. Breathe out all excess, just exhale any tension and let go of the tension in your body. So let's do some contracting. Contract any muscles. I won't take you through what to contract exactly. You can go through it yourself. Contract any muscles that you want to. Your hands, your feet, your legs, your back, your belly, your organs, your heart, your brain, your face, or your shoulders, whatever it is. Just contract and let go. You can move around a bit. Feel the absence of the tension. Do it once more. Contract. Let go. Feel the absence of the tension. And now let's imagine in our mind's eye all of this Torah that we have learned as big icebergs in our brain. Holy, powerful, cold icebergs. You can imagine the straw connecting to our heart. And imagine that all these icebergs are so strong and they're not near melting at all. They're so powerful. How they're going to enter our heart and change us and help us act and help us mix into our coarse blood. Yeah. Let's start mashing it up. Let's start mushing it up. Mush, 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 mush. Mush, 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 mush. So mush, 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 mush. And then you can see just like a slushy, slowly, organically, without us doing any more. All of this Torah is entering into our heart now through the straw, slowly, slowly. And here our heart is receiving it. Here our animal soul is receiving it. It's able to digest it. It's able to become one with it. It's able to be influenced by these godly Torah thoughts and concepts that we've learned. And now imagine as the blood starts pumping in the heart, that it cleanses all throughout the heart, all the ventricles of the heart. And now it's moving out. It's moving through all your limbs, through all your body parts and all the organs and everything. And it's going all throughout the body and giving it new life of Torah. And you can imagine that Hashem is getting expressed more and more within your blood and expressing outwards. And you can see this cycle happening again as you go back to the brain, and then you mush up more and more and more through visualization and meditation. What we're doing is how we're mushing up and crushing these strong, holy icebergs of Torah thought. And slowly they're entering through the straw of your neck down into the heart and getting absorbed there into the blood and expressing all throughout your body. And you can see this happening constantly, consistently, and you can feel that you're more a dwelling place for Hashem in this dark world of confusion. You have clarity, you have light, and you have strength that comes from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, from his holy Torah, from his presence within you. And you can see in this dark world, in this dark room, where you are starting to shine and shine more and more and more. And you're feeling happy, and you are feeling light, and you are feeling strong and free. And you're feeling holy, connected with Hashem. You are a superconductor for Hashem's light. You are now a vessel worthy and capable of sharing Hashem's presence into this world. And you can imagine a big light coming from above, from Shemayim, all of these holy powers, soul powers coming to you, into your soul, into your body, and expressing outwards with all of this purification of the blood that you are radiating now, radiating this godliness that's shining from you and causing light to be spread and picked up by others around you to experience as well. So you can see that your eyes, which are refined and seeing only the positive in the other. If you accidentally stumble across somebody's negative traits, then you are praying for them. Your mind, you are praying for them. Even with your mouth, you are praying for them. You are giving them only blessings. Hashem, wow, isn't this person so holy? What a powerful neshama they have. Please help them channel it for the good. You're helping. You're a co-creator in Hashem's world. You're refraining from a negative action, from a negative thought or a negative speech. You're refraining. And in your refrain, you are causing a stomping of the source of evil up in the higher worlds. And you can see the effect it has on those around you. You can see everyone has a little less difficulty and they have a little more ease in their personal fight. And so here now in this image, imagine a person you've been wanting to work on your relationship with, someone you've been having difficulty with. Now, with your eye looking positively at them, with your mouth speaking positively and encouragingly, and with your ears listening for Kedusha, for Hashem, your mind listening and open to all the Torah of Hashem's way to deal with this. Your heart resonating with Hashem's presence within them, So all of this, you're shining light in their direction, Hashem's godly light. And now you can see the reaction that they have. Somehow they feel better. They have more light to share with others around them, to share even with themselves. And this is how you're making a dir b'tachtenim, because this person will then share to the next person, and the next person will then share on and on and on. And you can see this world of darkness slowly becoming lighter and lighter, and you can see more smiles and more happiness and more presence of goodliness and less of negativity. So with this, let's end our meditation. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us this week. B'ezrat Hashem, I look forward to next week's class.